joining us. We're glad that you took the time to hear about everything new that's going on with IPMA for you in the vendor world. I have on the line with me John Foley with Grow Socially and Sam Lake, which is our marketing director. And for those of you who don't know, IPMA has partnered with John Foley and his group Grow Socially to help IPMA keep relevant to everybody,
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
I think it just now started, so it went to a different screen. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to welcome you to our webinar, and thank you for taking the time out. But I wanted to introduce to you John Foley with Grow Socially and Sam Lake, who is our marketing director. They have been working with IPMA to help develop new programs and to make sure that we are top in the industry for all associations who handle in-plant members that deal with mailing and printing. So one thing that we've been working on is different opportunities for you to gain greater exposure to not only our members but the in-plant community. So we wanted to share that with you today. So we put together this vendor prospectus, and I'm going to try to work with two different screens here, so you'll have to excuse my ignorance on that. But it right there, it tells you a little bit about IPMA, and I looked to see who all was on the call so far, and it looks like a lot of you have joined us for our annual conference or have been members. So you know a little bit about IPMA. We've been in business as an association for over 50 years, and we work directly with in-plant printing and mailing facilities. And you can see here there's a list of different segments that we work with. So we're not conducive to just one segment. We work with all segments, from corporate to religious to higher ed, government, insurance companies, etc. So there's some different reasons why you should partner with us. For one, raise brand awareness, and I think you'll see that this tool will help you do that. Also to educate our in-plant professionals, and maybe generate some new sales leads. So some of the opportunities that we start with are actually kind of engaging your customers with our industry and with the association. So I'm going to turn this over to John and let him talk about our new program.
Okay, so first of all, hi everyone, and thanks for joining us. One other thing that I would add on with Commerce starting there is, if you have an idea or you saw a program that worked well, don't be afraid to share it with Commerce. So as we go through these programs, and our idea is really to try to find better ways for you to get in front of the members. That's what, I shouldn't say better ways, right? The annual conference is great. I thought it was really good this year. Our feedback from you was really good. But I should say other ways to get in front of the members besides just that. So if you have ideas down the road, don't be afraid to share it with Commerce and us, and we'll see if we can get a program wrapped around it. Anyways, the first one we want to talk about is what we call the MP3 program. And it's a member purchase power program that, for the supplier or vendor that signs up to do this, will offer the member a discount. Whatever that discount is up to you. We're not telling you how much to offer. So let's say it's anywhere from 20 to 50%. Your sales reps, first of all, your company will be listed as part of the MP3 program. We're going to market the daylights out of the MP3 program for you, right, Sam? And we'll work real hard to make sure that that gets out there, that you learn how to do this. Now, what you'll be able to do, and what your sales reps will be able to do, is to be able to ask in the sales process, are you a member of IPMA? And if they say that they aren't, you can say to them, well, if you join IPMA, we can give you a discount of a certain amount. And with that, they would come over, join the program, and then you would give them the discount for whatever that discount may be. And all you need to do from this point forward is talk more to Commerce about it, and then we'll put together a little sign-up sheet where you can sign up, and you'll tell us what that discount will be, and we'll go from there. So that's the member purchase power program. We think it's a good program. I've seen it used in other associations. Very, very, very effective for your sales reps. So it's just another thing they can say, hey, just to close that deal. They get to the very end and say, hey, are you a member of IPMA? It helps the association, and we think it's going to help you as we present it to the members in an ongoing marketing way. So if there's any questions later on, feel free to, send them over to Commerce, and we'll help her get them answered. The next one I want to talk about is a pilot one that we just started, and it really was brought to us by a vendor that said, you know, look, I wouldn't mind telling other of my customers about IPMA. So we created this thing called the Vendor Get a Member Program. And the idea is, with the referrals, obviously, we would grow the membership. We could then get you in front of more ways in front of other members, as every vendor maybe does this. But let me tell you how it works. So there's a card that's made with the IPMA on it and your logo on it. We produce all this. You don't have to. There's no cost to you to do this. We produce this. Let's say we make 100 cards. Inside, there's a note about how if they join the association, they get a free 30-day trial and 10% off their membership after they join after 30 days. You can kind of read it all there in the text later on. But it's co-branded. So IPMA in the front, and it has your logo in the front. And what we do is we send you, or you tell us what team members you want to get them. We'd send them all to you, and then they'll have the stamps on the envelope. The whole thing's ready to go. There'll be 100 of them, and you can actually give them to your sales reps and say, hey, here's a great tool. And imagine if we could get all the suppliers, even half of them, to participate, and we grow this membership, then we'll all be able to sell more things to additional members. So that's how that program works. We'd love your feedback on these things. So don't be afraid, again, to send Carmen a note, or Jennifer, or any of us, and we'll help with that. So anyways, with that was my two little pieces today, but I'm sure I'll chime in on something later on. Thank you, Carmen.
Not a problem. Well, and with that, just tying on to that, we are also doing a Member Get a Member program too. So we, now that the annual conference is next on the agenda, there are some new things that we're going to do at the conference, and that is actually one of them. We're going to create an Insiders Club, and since it's only, and Sam, you can chime in too, since it's only going to be about 6 months in the works at conference, we'll kind of do it kind of a trial. This is how it's going. This is who's participating. Let's find out, maybe some more questions some people might have, and just introduce the Insiders Club. And with that, there's opportunities for sponsorship, so that within that club they still feel very special. We'll have a special reception or a luncheon, prizes for the top Member Get a Member individuals, and it'll be something special for them to network together with all of the new members of IPMA there at conference. So we're looking at this is going to be an ongoing program that we'll do year after year, each year, and hopefully it will grow into a unique society of members. So most of you already know about our conference. We have one every year. It's our big annual educational vendor fair conference. The vendor fair is 2 days long. There's opportunities to exhibit and sponsor different items at the conference. So just to keep this on a good schedule, I'm not going to go through every item at conference because, as you know, there's lots to go through on that. But we have a lot of a la carte sponsorship opportunities, and it's just added ways besides just exhibiting or being a sponsor at conference to gain insight into our attendees there, to get up in front of them and let them know that you are truly a partner of IPMA and them and their success. So with that, of course, we have diamond, platinum, and gold sponsorships. And with that, the booth is included. You also get different inclusions as far as speaking engagements, the chance to add on to or within your sponsorship a la carte items. So you will get first choice. So once you contact me, or we have a phone call and you say, I'm really interested in diamond sponsorship, and these are some of the a la carte items, we'll package that deal for you individually. And just like John had said, if there's something at conference that you said, hey, Carm, I really want to try this, or talk to Sam or John or anybody at IPMA, we will do whatever we can to try to work that within our program. Our booth fees are still the same. It's $25 a square foot. We are limited to only about 45 booths. So, and they're already had lots of people signing up for them. So, once those are sold, you'll have to look at different ways to engage our attendees. But we have things like night outing, transportations, our welcome receptions, luncheons, bags, shirts. Charging station is already taken, so I probably need to update this. Just some different things to do. And a couple of things I just wanted to point out that are different from last year is instead of the fun run, we're going to be doing an amazing race. Our golf program, we changed that up a little bit last year where we can sponsor a foursome. That seemed to work, and it's gaining a little bit of momentum, so we'll do that a little bit different, or we'll continue that the same again. And here's what I was talking about, the Insiders Club cocktail hour. So that's just a way for you to sponsor that member get a member and vendor get a member program. And then, of course, there's ads, refreshment breaks, awards, receptions, and banquets. And if you were at conference, which I think many of you were that's on there, we introduced our conference app last year, and it was a trial, and I think it worked good. Everybody liked it. Everybody enjoyed it. So now that we know how it works and how to use it, we have additional opportunities to where you can sponsor the app with either promoted posts or push notifications, or having your logo maybe set at the top of the app, for a certain period of time. So there's additional ways to sponsor the app itself, so that, as you know, everybody's looking at their phone throughout the entire conference. So with that, they're going to be looking at your logo and your sponsorship of that. So then moving on to other educational events. In the past, we have, I'm going ahead of myself. Actually, we have the Imprint Contest that you guys are very well aware of. And that has been something that we've never made any money on it, and we're not trying to make any money on it. We want to continue doing the best that we can and providing great awards to these people and recognition. And in order to do that, we have to bring judges in, prepare the plaques, the printing, the photographing, all of that of the awards. So, just trying to figure out how can we do that, continue doing this at the level that we have been doing that. So we've opened it up to possible sponsorship. And with that sponsorship, what you will do is we will give you, you will be on all of the marketing items, correct, Sam? And then you will get 15, you'll get different customer entries. So if you have a customer that maybe hasn't ever entered the Imprint Contest, you'll be able to give them some free entries to do that, so you can showcase your equipment and the prizes that you've won. I've also started looking into what pieces have won and what they've been printed on, etc. So if you're interested in that information, I will be glad to share that with you, so you can use that as a sales tool. So then moving on, we're always at Graph Expo. We do a luncheon every year. There's opportunities to sponsor that. We're looking into making that a little bit more functional. I think we've already gained exposure at Graph Expo. Now it's time to step it up a little bit. And we always have a booth. So within our networking booth, we can do different things. We can have member socials, book signings, maybe some quick 30-minute educational roundtables. And any ideas that you might have, some after-hours get-togethers with IPMA members or the implant industry itself. So any ideas that you have for that, those are available for you as well. We have very few chapter meetings right now, and we're looking into actually extending that out a little bit more and helping our chapters. So early 2016, actually, John's going to meet with me and another one of our chapters, and we're going to kind of show them a new format of how to make the chapter meeting work, and just kind of make it to help other chapters. Correct, John? It's kind of a format. Yeah. This is the way you should be doing it. This is how it can be successful. Just kind of helping them out so those chapters can be a little more successful, and that sponsors can come in and sponsor that and make that educational for them.
Yeah, I'll just chime in real quick, Thomas. So for the vendors, it's really about providing education at these chapter meetings. There was no process to it. So everybody was doing their own thing, and Karma and I have been working together just to build a better chapter meeting to really give greater value to the members, and then obviously the vendor, the supplier can get involved and sponsor at whatever level they'd like, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, we're looking to build more chapters, And I'm just going to skip the peer group really quick and go to regional events. We did some regional meetings a couple of years ago, and they were very successful, and we're actually looking into enhancing them and making it more of a roadshow, a daily event, so almost a mini conference. So that's a better way, or a more, maybe not just a chapter in an area that somebody's going to drive 30 to 45 minutes for a chapter meeting. Somebody might come in that's actually up to 4 or 5 hours away for a regional event and get some educational programs, some networking opportunities, and a chance to actually meet with other colleagues of theirs. So there's the opportunity there for you to be in front with them. And then just speaking about a peer group, John actually talked to a few people that said that they are very interested, a couple of our members that are very interested in a peer group. So if we were to put one together, we already have a couple of people on the list. So John, would you like to talk a little bit more about the peer groups and what you've discussed with our members?
Yeah, sure. So I'm sure everybody's familiar with the peer group. It's a place outside of the office where all the, whatever in-plant sign up for it, and it'll be anywhere from 6 to 8 or 6 to 10 people maybe in the peer group, and we'll go through, or they'll go everything from their update on their in-plant financially, operationally, anything that they're trying to do to grow or to change, modify their in-plant. And there'll be a facilitator that actually every time they have a peer group meeting, I think we're thinking about maybe having 2 off-sites and then the rest of them being go-to meetings online. But the idea would be that the supplier that signs up the sponsorship would actually participate. So be an active member offering, valuable advice, not just, selling equipment, but, like you guys do today, the same kind of thing. I don't, every time I meet any of you folks, it's not like selling, but it's, that's the idea. So we would facilitate this peer group, and then somebody would facilitate the peer group, and then you would be part of the team as the sponsor. So if you have additional questions on that, feel free to reach out. Did I get it covered, Tommy, you think?
I think you did, and not that I wasn't listening, but you did say that they would meet twice a year in person. And what we thought we would do, just trying to make it budget friendly for everybody, is maybe tack on a day either before conference or after conference. So if they're coming to the conference, they can meet there and maybe tie it into Graph Expo too. So in full disclosure, we really haven't nailed down the dates that they want to meet, because it's really about, just like you just said, Tom, it's about their budgets. They have the budget to do the peer group. That's what I know right now. The budget really will, the next budget will be how much time away can they do. So yeah, but that's a great idea, right around conference, or maybe even around these other regionals as we get them rolling. Right, exactly. So we're really excited about all of the things that we're having to offer. And like I said, the regional, the meetings, it's going to be a little bit different. So like a mini conference, you will have the chance to have a table or sponsor maybe breakfast or lunch or some breaks. And we will actually have keynote speakers in there that our members don't have to deal with. So we're kind of taking this away from the members, how we did in the past, to where they feel like I don't know how to run a meeting. So we're taking that and we're going to run it for them and set it up. So it'll be a little more in-depth event instead of a meeting. And so now on to other sponsorship opportunities. I'm going to let you talk with Sam, our marketing director, about those offers.
So for those of you that I have on the line that have that marketing know-how, you'll be very interested in some of these. And if you don't, please pass these along to your marketing departments. But as you know, inbound marketing is huge in the world of lead gen. And so we've created some opportunities for those of you that are looking to position yourself more as thought leaders, provide some valuable educational content as a way to generate leads and inquiries that you can then put into a lead nurturing campaign, do a drip and follow up. That way you're building your own list of qualified individuals, as well as providing our membership with valuable educational content. So we have a couple of things going forward that you'll be able to do. So there are different blog posts, both on the community and the website, that you can sponsor. Obviously, those will be more for SEO and impacting your SEO as well as IPMAs. But white papers, infographics, any type of content, how-to guides, anything of value, we can put those in into campaigns that generate leads and inquiries for you and your team. Webinars, which we've done in the past, but we could also do webinar series where it can be really short mini training series. If you are looking just to rent the list, we do list rental. It's just like everybody else. You don't actually get the list. If it's an email, we'll execute the email from our platform. If it is a mailing that you would like to do, we'll use a third-party mail house. You send your mail piece, we'll send our list, and that's how we will do the mailings of the list rental. In addition, if you're looking for just getting your brand out there in front, we have some advertising opportunities for you. So a couple of different platforms for that. So we have our website. And all of these advertising opportunities are going to be very exclusive. We don't want our website to be full of ads, nor do we want the community. So we're going to limit how many. So this is definitely a first come, first serve spots if you're interested in advertising. There will be no real ads on the homepage of IPMA. However, any internal pages is where you'll see that advertising. Same thing with the community. We do have an overall community sponsorship opportunity. This is really, really great for people who want to get your name in front of members on a daily basis. That is limited to one individual, and right now the community is only available to members. So we have over half the membership logging in that is logged into that community. So if you really want your name in front of the membership, this is a great platform to do it, is on IPMA Exchange. We also have our monthly newsletter, Inside Edge. Currently that is not being sponsored, but that does have the opportunity for sponsorship. It would be sponsored by right up in the heading, and then an internal ad for your company in each monthly edition for the Inside Edge newsletters. So those are the big sponsorship opportunities in regards to advertising. Now, in addition, I kind of touched on the content from, the white papers and the blogging, but we also want to provide our members, they've spoke up, they really want some research and they want some studies. And so this, again, is another really great way that if you are looking to be more than just a service provider, if you really want to position yourself as a partner in the industry and you want to show that you are on the forefront of what's happening for the implant community, research and studies are the route that I would really highly recommend that you look into investing in. So we are currently looking at doing a state of the industry for implants specifically. The benchmarking reports have always been very popular, as well as the salary. And these aren't limited to just these, so if there's something that you see that would benefit your company from sponsoring, as long as our members see value in it, that's always a conversation that you can have with Karma going forward. So again, like John said in the beginning, we're always open to new ideas. So if you're like, hey, I think the implants could really benefit from something on, HR. Okay, well, let's have that conversation and see if that would be something we could get, in the works for developing for the members. John, you have anything to add?
I just, well, I'm excited about the state of the industry. I think it's the first time it's going to be done for IPMA. We're going to do it on a yearly basis, and I just think it's a good opportunity. I know and we've had great success in other associations with the state of the industry, and it's been pretty beneficial to the sponsor. I'll just leave it at that sponsored the state of the industry. And I think it's going to be exciting because it's new, it's different, and it's going to provide a lot of valuable information.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that kind of takes the end of the actual prospectus itself. But I hope you guys like some of the ideas we've come up with. And, again, I've got to say, if you have ideas, please feel free to contact us, and we will talk that over. And what I'd like to do is see if we can set up a meeting to speak either with John, myself, or Sam, or our sales rep, Pam, who's not with us today. But any of us here at IPMA are available to contact to talk about any of the sponsorship opportunities or ideas that you might have. But we're looking forward for 2016. We know it's going to be a very productive and educational year, and we've been working hard in the background for probably, at least the last 6 months, getting a lot of these things together and getting them ready for you. So I know now is a time for budgets for a lot of people, and we're trying to get everything in. So please, like I said, give us a holler, and I will actually reach out to everybody that's on here separately and see if there's a time that we can talk and answer any questions that you might have. But I will send out the handouts. I did include them in the webinar itself, but I will send them to you individually too if you don't get them by chance with after the meeting's totally over. But I did see a question come through about the regional meetings, because last year what we had done, for those of you who did not participate or weren't aware of them, is we had an actual implant member host the meeting itself within their facility. Something that we're looking at doing differently is with the regional meetings, we'll probably host them at a hotel or someplace like that, very local, that is unique to everybody. Because I know if we host it in a vendor plant, sometimes government entities cannot attend that. So we want to make sure that everybody that can attend, it's at a kind of an even kill location. It's nobody's implant, and then they don't feel like, you know, they're on site and they have to do some work. If somebody has an emergency, they can get out of the office and actually, you know, work on their education part of the whole program. So as far as hosting that, you can if you're looking into co-hosting, we'll probably have a chance for co-hosting that event itself. So I did put on there that we'd have booths or tables. So my thought was, I actually spent last week at a facility here in Missouri at a possible location for regional meeting. And as I was looking through it, my thought was we could have a place for some vendor tables that would either go with our keynote sessions or some of the sessions, and maybe even possibly in a separate room. So like I said, it'd be like a very mini conference, but so you'll have the opportunity, probably about 5 to 10 different vendors could maybe host or participate in those meetings. But until we have, what I'll probably do, if you're interested in that, I'd like to get on a call, maybe a panel of us talking about what you see a regional event would work, or how it would work for you, and think of some of your ideas and put that out together, because it is something a little bit new, a little bit more than, you know, different than what we've done. So I want to get your ideas and what your thoughts are with that. But I mean, I'm sorry, I keep looking over here because my questions are over here, so I want to make sure I'm not missing any other questions. I think that's it. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Hey, Carmen, just one quick thing.
Yeah.
I think you also created a little, like a synopsis. Will they be able to get a copy of this prospectus?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then we also have we have a little shorter card that might be helpful. I think it'd be helpful for us to know what you're even anticipating in budget time. So, you know, I mean, if it's something that's big, you're going to have to commit to it in a different way. But it'd be good for us to know what you'd like, so we can attach your name to it, right? So, but you'll get both of these. That's all I just wanted to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, like I said, there's been some people that we met at Graph that they wanted to hear some of the things really quickly. So we have talked with some of them, and I think some of you guys might be on here today. I'm not really sure. We found interest in a few opportunities already. So like Sam and John said, some of them are first come, first serve. So if there is something that you really want, you think, I really want to put my name on that, you make sure you contact us and let me know, so that if it hasn't been taken, we can at least pencil you in that you're interested in that and work with you on it. But I think that's really all I have. We did good. We kept this at 30 minutes, so we didn't take up too much of your time. And again, we look forward to working with you in 2016. And, well, gosh, you know, go Royals. That's all I got to say. Sorry, New York people, but go Royals. Go, you know, I like the Mets too, but I like the Royals better. So without further ado, I'm going to sign off, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.